Hi guys, welcome back to Beauty Within. It's Felicia. Today we're going to be continuing our acne series. So when it comes to acne, acne is an inflammatory skin issue, and so we definitely like to take a holistic approach to truly understanding the problem that's at its root. And this isn't to say that products like spot treatments, serums, and moisturizers won't work, but the problems that come up on our skin are mostly internal. And so we're going to go through my favorite drinks to take care of acne-prone skin from the inside out where it counts. And I'm really excited because these go from like low maintenance to pretty bougie if you're feeling like you wanna, make it a little bit fancy. And just as an added bonus, these drinks will also help with problems that we might all have faced from time to time, or all the time. And I'm talking about bloating. So before we get into our favorite anti-blemish beverages, let's make sure we know how the act of drinking is linked to clearer skin on a whole. So going straight to the secret of truly clear skin, you might not know this, but a lot of it is all about what's going on in your liver. And we've mentioned that an imbalanced gut can lead to breakouts, but the buildup of toxins in the liver can also manifest a lot of skin problems as well. This is not manifesting that we want. And you can think of the liver as kind of like a border patrol or a line of defense. And anytime you eat or drink anything, it has to go through and get approved by the liver before it enters our bloodstream or travels through other areas of the bodies and other organs. So the good stuff remains inside and gets redirected to parts of the body that need it, and then the bad stuff like toxins or heavy metals and things like those are shipped through the fast lane for excretion. Sometimes not so fast, but that's a different problem. And on a daily basis, the liver is performing around 500 different tasks, like producing bile to break down the fats in the foods that we eat, also creating certain types of proteins for our blood plasma. And one of the most important ones is it helps to naturally detoxify our bodies. So with all that being said, if your diet isn't the best, for example, if we're eating a lot of processed sugars, if we're eating a lot of deep fried foods that are inflaming our bodies, and anything in the realm of being processed, what's happening is that we're filling and clogging up our poor livers with a lot of sketchy junk that's very low or almost non-existent in nutrients that our skin and body really need. So then what happens? Because there's this excess buildup of bad stuff going on in the liver, it will go into panic mode, as we all would, and make an effort to purge the bad stuff elsewhere. And where might that be? Yep. It's our skin. Our skin suffers for all the bad decisions that we choose to make in life. You can kind of imagine it like, an air filter that's just being filled with dust and it's never cleaned. So over time, this air filter that's actually supposed to be cleaning out the air for you is actually spitting out air that's worse for you and creating even more problems. It will show up potentially as the dry rough patches, itchy or redness, and then in some areas, acne and cystic acne. Overall, it's very dull, saggy, and just like not vibrant and youthful. And not just that, it can very easily lead to other problems like hormonal imbalances, which severely impact, again, the skin. Now, moving into what you probably all clicked on this video for is my favorite drinks. Starting off simple and easy, adding a squeeze of lemon into your morning glass of water with apple cider vinegar. So you might be thinking, what is this sour water going to be doing for me? I know we all love our vitamin C as an ingredient in our skincare, right? But when you ingest vitamin C, it helps with boosting your immune system so that it can defend itself against the bad bacteria, viruses, and free radicals that are inside us and potentially in our gut. And one of the most well-known functions of vitamin C is the role in production of collagen, which is the protein that gives us that bouncy, youthful glow to the skin. And as we age, we will begin to lose these collagen and elastin levels. So by drinking some lemon with your water, it's the perfect way to dose up on all this goodness right in the morning or anytime really. So then the benefits of apple cider vinegar, if you haven't heard already, it's long been known for its health benefits, but I don't even think you know how beneficial it can really be. So the magic in apple cider vinegar all lies in something called acetic acid. And acetic acid helps our bodies absorb and also transport the minerals that we get from our foods and drinks. Because sometimes we eat foods that might be high in minerals and nutrients, but not all of those nutrients are able to be absorbed by the body. So it all has to do with nutrient absorption. It also helps to rebalance the pH level of our stomach. And fun fact, when we're stressed, we produce high cortisol levels, which is our stress hormone, and high stress causes alkalosis, which is when our body is too alkaline. So unless you don't live on planet Earth, you'll probably be stressed in some way or form. And also as we get older, our bodies will get alkaline over time. And why this is even important is because when this happens, your adrenals start losing acids through our urine. So what acetic acid does, because it's an acid, it replenishes basically your life source to rebalance the pH level to where it should be so that everything that we eat and drink can be actually absorbed by the body. So for the mornings, even though it might taste kind of funky and smell kind of funky, I highly recommend this. And then you can follow with your breakfast or any other drinks that you may want to have. And just remember, coffee only after your first meal. You can drink this with cold or hot, but warm I find is really good, especially in the morning, because it just kind of like gets everything going. And as with anything, consistency of drinking this over time with the regulation of your body can definitely help with your breakout. All right, next favorite to drink is the turmeric golden latte. Oh, turmeric, my love of life. I call this drink my liquid sunshine. And there are thousands of reasons, thousands of studies, and thousands of years to back up the reasons why turmeric is so beneficial for your skin and body and just like being as a whole. And the main reasons are that turmeric is highly potent in a compound called curcumin or curcuminoids, and this is a powerful anti-inflammatory compound, and it helps to protect our cells from oxidative damage. And a study showed that in 12 weeks after consuming about 4.5 grams of turmeric, the participants experienced around 88% decreased symptoms in psoriasis. So you can just imagine the effects it has on acne. Like basically nipping it at the butt so it doesn't show up in the first place. You want to eat or drink it with pepper or, things like cayenne pepper, because pepperin in the pepper helps enhance the way our bodies absorb all the benefits of the turmeric, boosting it by about 2000%. So with this, the golden latte that I like to make, I like to use turmeric powder, a little bit of cinnamon powder. You can even cut up little pieces of ginger and then mix that in like a saucepan with a little bit of oat milk. We want to stay away from cow's milk because that's adding to the hormones. So my favorite nut milks are oat right now, and you want to like heat that up on the saucepan. You can even add, honey or maple syrup. Make sure that's all nice and hot and then pour it into your cup. And the cool thing is you can actually make a big batch of this, mix all the flavors together really well, and then pour it into like some sort of container and store it in the fridge for about 5 days. You can just go in there, refill, have it hot, have it cold. I really like it hot. It's just the best, especially with frothed milk. Favorite! So next one that I've been loving within the last 5-6 months is something called dandelion root. So dandelion root is greatly helpful with the liver's detoxification process. And a lot of the conversations that we see and hear now is that it can really help with acne. But why? Why? So we found that a lot of acne cases stem from internal imbalances. Dandelion root helps to detoxify the blood, which therefore helps with the liver. Another great benefit of dandelion root is that it increases glutathione levels in your body, which is an antioxidant, and it works again to detoxify the blood. And you might have heard of glutathione before, and that's because it's also incorporated in a lot of skincare products as well. And what's interesting is that in a study that was conducted in 2013, it was found that people that experienced acne had around 20% less glutathione levels in their skin versus the people with clearer skin. And the benefits keep coming, people. It also helps with the adrenal glands, because if your adrenals are overworked, that leads to quite harmful imbalances in your body, like when you're fatigued and sluggish, sluggish, if you're like depressed and not in a good mental mood or even in a good physical state. All of this really has to do with your adrenals, and your adrenals are what releases the stress hormone known as cortisol that leads to the fight or flight responses, and that in turn creates inflammation in the body, which then creates acne. So here I actually have 3 of my favorite examples of where you can find different variations of dandelion root. The first is in a chai format, so Dandy Chai Blend. It's caffeine-free, lactose-free, gluten-free, preservative-free. I usually have it with a bit of oat milk. Dandy has this very specific taste, and it might be acquired, but once you really get into it, you'll get into it, my friends. I love it. One of our friendly team members also pointed out that it smells like fur, because it does. It's kind of off-putting. I hope that didn't throw you off. So this one also has cardamom, ginger, nutmeg, cinnamon, chicory root, and cloves. I guess that's why, because a lot of those ingredients are in fur. Make it a sense. And then you have the tea version. This is the Dandelion Chai Probiotic. So obviously we all know how to make tea, just like brew it in a pot of water. But this is much more subtle than this because it doesn't have a lot of those other kind of complementary flavors going on, but it does have a little bit of cinnamon bark, a little bit of ginger, and cardamom seed. All of them really like kind of enhance the flavor. And this little baby we mentioned in our hormonal acne video. This is the Dandy Blend instant herbal beverage with dandelion. We found this when we were trying to decrease the consumption of coffee, and this is kind of like a substitute for your coffee because it essentially tastes very similar to coffee without the caffeine. So it's like a full-bodied, smooth coffee flavor. I mean, nothing will really replace coffee, but you know what I mean. Next is something you might all be very, very familiar with is matcha. Matcha is one of those like, oh my God, just heavenly ingredients that are so potent and so powerful in antioxidants. Matcha is different from green tea because green tea is kind of like the dried out leaf and then you just brew the leaf in water and drink the tea, right? But matcha is grinded up, normally very high quality green tea leaves. So you're actually ingesting the entire thing. So because of that, it has almost 137 times more antioxidants compared to just your like green tea. The best way is just to have your matcha and water and drink that as is. And the antioxidant that's specific to matcha is the EGCG. Not gonna try pronounce that. I dare you guys to, because that's a hard one. And you might have seen these also in your skincare because it can also be applied topically. I like having this as a latte form with maple, so oat is the best, or even soy. I love like soy matcha lattes. And maple is like leaps and bounds way better than any processed sugar. You just shouldn't even have processed sugar because it has no nutritional value. It's terrible for you. It's a bad drug that keeps you hooked and is probably how we're all being mind controlled to want it again. All right, next is spearmint tea. So there are different opinions about spearmint tea. I've also tried, drinking it straight for about 2 weeks. I didn't find that it was as effective as things like the apple cider vinegar or even turmeric. Looking at other people and their experiences, it did look as though it really helped calm down the redness that's associated with acne or acne lesions. So the benefits of spearmint is that it is an anti-androgenic and is also full of antioxidant properties. Some say that it's really helpful for hormonal acne because another thing to note is that acne can be a product of excess testosterone and androgen, which is the male sex hormone. So what the tea does is it comes in and it can help to stimulate the female sex hormone, which is estrogen, to reduce breakouts. So if you want to try this one, all you have to do is boil a cup of water. I would also recommend you try it during the phase leading up to your menstrual cycle because there have been some articles and some studies that said it can alleviate the buildup of hormonal acne during those times. And if you are pregnant, they also say that spearmint tea shouldn't be consumed. So that's just something to keep in mind. You can also make it an iced version by boiling maybe like 2 to 3 sachets and then just putting some ice in it as well. So that's like a cooler summer beverage. So I feel like all of these drinks have replaced my second, third, and sometimes fourth cup of coffee. Now I only have 1 cup of coffee a day. That's usually around 1 in the afternoon. You'll notice that you really do enjoy this and your body really does benefit. You might feel re-energized over time, over like the course of a month, and really peeling back and refining your diet to something that's more healthy. You'll really see the changes in your skin. Like, I truly believe you will see the changes in your skin because it really helped not just with my skin, but again, with my hormones and making my period come back. It's just insane what the body can do if you start really listening to it and really working with it, and miracles can happen, people. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little beverage menu. So if you guys have any other topics or ideas that you want us to look into, make sure you leave that in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in our next acne video. Bye! Or with Rowena. Yes, with Rowena. Epigalactatachin galactate. Epigalactatachin galactate. Oh, epigalactatachin galate. EGCG. What the heck? Okay.